Hey, welcome to Geek Talk News. It's been a while since I've done a video like this, or I've done a video with a high production value in quite a while. So I'm gonna go over some stories that I find interesting or that I think is cool, and just have a good time. And without further ado, let's get down with it. So a study proves that being active on Facebook is associated with living longer. Now, this gained traction because people have been increasingly aware of their online activities. However, this does not mean that there is a direct correlation, but there is an association. And this study was done with 12 million Facebook users. And like I said, they do stress that there isn't necessarily a correlation, it's just an association. And there is a saying in the scientific community that correlation does not equal causation. Basically, A plus B doesn't always equal C. It's possible that A happens while B happens, but it doesn't mean that it equals C. It means C can exist without A and B isn't necessary. That's correlation. Correlation does not mean causation. Two things could happen coincidentally side by side, but it doesn't mean they are directly related to each other or one is the cause of the other. And this study was led by University of California, San Diego researchers. And what the study aimed to prove is that people who enhance and maintain their social interactions or social life tend to live longer and have a lower mortality rate. But they do stress that keeping social media networks is just part of the equation. And according to the research, people who accept more friendships in their life tend to have a lower risk of mortality. However, it doesn't say anything about the flip side, about people who initiate friendships. So, obviously more research is needed before you can accurately say that correlation is causation. So there's no solid proof that these are related, but it could be coincidental. Facebook actually helps you. There's no proof that Facebook actually helps you live longer. It's just a correlation that people see. Most likely, what it's actually proving is that people who do have social interactions, more social interactions than other people, tend to live longer, which makes sense. You're more fulfilled, you're happy, you tend to live a healthier life. Basically, what this should say is that, or what this could prove, is that healthier people tend to live longer, and healthier people tend to have better social interactions with people, thus using Facebook as a way of interaction. So that's what that could correlate into. So Facebook makes it easier for indie games to come to its casual platform. Facebook has announced that Gamer Room last month is a new PC gaming platform that basically looks like Steam for casual users, and it will soon accept uploads from Unity developers on their upcoming Unity 5.6 game engine export. It's going to allow them to export their creations directly to the platform, so they could play them alongside Clash of Clans on the Windows PC outside of Facebook itself. The social network first announced that it was working on a gaming platform back in May, offering a beta build of Facebook Games Arcade. As it was previously known to designers, the company clarified its intentions again in August, announcing a partnership with Unity that would allow developers to easily transfer games built in the engine onto the Facebook platform, before launching the renamed Gamer Room at Unity's annual Unite conference on November 1st. So it doesn't look like that rivaling Steam is Facebook's intention, but they are essentially putting their own version of Steam for casual gamers on the market. So people who use Facebook or social media a lot can use this platform, which to me seems like a really good idea. And listen, I'm not gonna complain about it. People like video games who may not be into the AAA titles, so it's a real good platform for casual gamers to get into the gaming community, and it can allow companies that do create AAA titles to create something on the side for maybe new employees to get a little better and make a little extra cash. I don't know, whatever they do with it. And it's also going to allow indie or new game developers, freelancers, entrepreneurs to get some experience in the gaming market and make a little money, and allow smaller gaming companies to compete with the bigger top tier gaming companies who have more money, who have the budget behind them, who have been out for a while or are privileged because of government regulations. Oh well, this is not a political channel, I need to stop. So of course you can't have a November news roundup without mentioning some of the games that were released in November, including, in order, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare on November 4th, Dishonored II on November 11th, WatchDogs 2 on November 15th, Pokemon Sun Moon on November 18th, and Final Fantasy 15 on November 29th. So just a few days ago for that one, depending on when you're watching this video. And PS4 has had its best selling week since the launch in the United Kingdom around Black Friday. So Sony's PlayStation 4 had its best selling week since the UK launch last week, according to sales monitor ChartTrack. ChartTrack and Sony have not provided any official sales figures, but Games Industry reports that PS4 hardware sales were up to 140,000 units for the week ending November 26, citing sources. So that's over 50,000 higher than Xbox One's figures for that very same week. And so sales of both platforms are linked directly to their hardware bundles that they had, which is no shocker. Good marketing shows that you have the console, you sell it with a wanted game, or like a wanted game and then an extra game that might not necessarily be wanted, but that's there, so you feel like you're getting more bang for your buck. Probably why both of them saw really good sales, and the fact that it's been out for a while, so a little bit of price drops and the newer consoles have come out, because there are people that wait to get the consoles to either see how good the console is, waiting for the newer editions of the consoles to come out, or who save up money to buy the new consoles, or who wait for the sales. There is a plethora of reasons, along with the fact that the hardware came with bundles. Hardware sales may have been helped by the relatively recent release of the PlayStation 4 Pro, as well as the cheaper PlayStation 4 Slim and Xbox One S. Black Friday discounts also had an effect on software. Games such as Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, and Drive Club were included in the aforementioned bundles and experienced a surge in sales. So like I said, a combination between the new consoles that were released, maybe a price drop with a bundle around Black Friday. People do wait to get consoles, and they might have found that this was the most convenient way to get the consoles, or the best option for them to get the consoles. A Fable Creator says that he would love to make Fable 4, and I'm a huge fan of the Fable series. I played the first one when I was a little kid on the Xbox. One of my brother's friends is Xbox, actually. Well, first I watched him I watched him play it, and then I thought this was a fun game, so I got it on my PC after trying it out on his Xbox, and then from there I fell in love with the game. I don't have it anymore, and I really want to get it back. The first Fable is my favorite. Either Fable 1 or Fable 2 are my favorite. I think Fable 3 was a solid game, it's just not my absolute favorite. So the Fable creator, Peter Molyneux, has said that he wants to make Fable 4, and has also discussed upsetting the series publisher Microsoft. Basically saying that if Microsoft doesn't really have it in their future to upload another, or to create another Fable game, but he wants to anyway, whether or not he has to leave Microsoft or ditch Microsoft. Not only that, but there's also a plan to start mining the moon by 2022. Scientists pretty much think that humans could start mining the moon, resources on the moon, in the next 7 years. I think that's pretty crazy. It's gonna lead up to some space wars, guarantee it, and imagine joining the military and the Air Force, or just joining any private company and going to the moon. That's some dope shit. I want to shoot some people in outer space. That's my mind going to unrealistic places, but it's definitely there in the future. It's gonna happen eventually. Just wait, I'm gonna be 50 years old and this shit's gonna be happening. Pretty much official NASA estimates suggest mining could begin as soon as 2020 with a $10 billion government investment. Now listen, I don't like government investments very much. I'd rather private companies do it. That's just my political beliefs. However, this is pretty cool. It said that a base could be developed rather cheaply using 3D printing, autonomous robots, and other recently developed technologies. And studies show that the US could return to the moon within 5 to 7 years and build a permanent base after that. Currently, NASA has no plans to return to the moon. However, the director of the ESA, which is the European Space Agency, Europe, the European Union version of NASA, has stated that they plan to build a permanent base on the moon by 2030. European space bureaucrats intend to use huge 3D printers to build the base using natural resources on the moon. Construction of the manned lunar base could begin within 5 years. I think that's pretty crazy stuff. That's really crazy. And Russia's space agency also has plans to land a person on the moon and start construction of a permanent base by 2030. And the U.S. Senate unanimously passed the bill in November, later signed by President Barack Obama, that legalized asteroid mining and granted property rights in space to private companies. Under the new law, companies own the resources they extract from asteroids, such as platinum and water. Scientists also think aliens may be riding the solar system's icy express trains. Alien life could be catching a ride around the solar system on comets, according to an article published Tuesday in Universe Today. Basically, they estimate that there are well over 100,000 comets crossing Earth's orbit, and another 100 trillion on the outer edge of our solar system, the asteroid belt. Combined, and when you combine that, this equates to a surface area which is roughly equal to 100 million Earths, which drastically raises the odds that alien life may have been developed on them. Additionally, research indicates that comets are quite rich in minerals, water, ice, and biological compounds necessary for life to develop. The European Space Agency's Rosetta probe found complex and solid organic materials, which are the building blocks of life, in dust particles surrounding a comet in September. This is the first clear evidence of solid organic matter around a comet, and it supports new scientific theories that the building blocks of life on the surface of space rocks. That's crazy. That is happening right now in 2016. That is a discovery made in 2016. The Nintendo Switch could unite gamers, could unite a gaming audience, according to a Ubisoft executive. He's really excited for this. He says he's really genuinely excited for the Nintendo Switch because it opens up new opportunities for them to learn a new console. Because he's saying that if the console does something innovative, that means Ubisoft as a gaming company can do something innovative too. I did upload a video about this specific topic, so who knows? I'm looking forward to it. Basically, the Nintendo Switch is a handheld. What it's gonna be is gonna be a handheld console with the power of a home-based console. So basically, you could play as both. You can plug it into your wall and to your TV. Is what I'm assuming. That's what I got so far. It's basically the best of both worlds. It's not like the PSP or the PSP Vita. It's more like the PSP Vita as opposed to the PSP, which I think is really cool. It looks like many predictions were right, about our current, that the newer consoles, that the next innovation of gaming was an all-powerful device that could pretty much do it all. Which I could have seen that happening, and I kind of saw it going this way, but I didn't think we would actually go away from dedicated gaming consoles. Like, I didn't think we were gonna start playing on our cell phones, but on portable devices, that definitely does seem like something that would have happened. That could have happened. So of course, you're gonna have games that will probably be better optimized on using just the handheld, the portable, and the games that are better optimized plugged into the TV. That's my prediction. We have yet to see. All we know is that Ubisoft Executive from France, a director of France Ubisoft's division, is really excited for it, and he's saying that they're learning a lot of new things, and that he hopes the hype is true, that this console is definitely the new innovative thing. Anyway, this is Logan from Geeks of the West. Thank you for watching Geek Talk News. Thank you for sticking with me through this entire video as I stuttered and I talk like a moron. I know that. Alright, Geeks of the West signing out. Have a good one.